This is the plaintiff, Jeanette Russell. She says she brought her very near and dear 14-karat gold bracelet to the defendant's shop for repair, and the guy pulled a switcheroo on her. The bracelet he returned to her was much lighter in weight than hers, and it even looked a little different. When she questioned him, he told her they polished it and cleaned it, and that can make it feel lighter. Huh? She's suing for $900, the cost of her now gone bracelet. This is the defendant, Mike Imperato. He says he's completely insulted by the accusation of switching a bracelet. For goodness sakes, he deals with diamonds worth 10 grand every day, and he's gonna switch a $900 bracelet? Ridiculous. He's accused of breaking a girl's heart.
All parties, please raise your right hand. Be seated and come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
Welcome in.
Okay, Jeanette Russell.
Yes.
You are suing your, I guess, former jeweler, Anthony Simon Jewelers, represented here by Mike Imperato. You're the owner?
Yes.
Okay. For $900, the cost of a bracelet that you say you left with him, and he pulled a switcheroo. Tell me what happened.
Yes, Your Honor. This is the jeweler that is in our neighborhood.
Okay.
And I had been to him before for repairs. He does good work. So my charm bracelet is a bracelet that I had bought because I belong to a sorority. So it has 4 charms on it, which represents the organization.
Okay.
So earlier, I guess around November of 2010, and I was doing something, and one of the charms, when I pulled on it, the charm popped. So I took it into the jeweler.
Right.
And so when I took it in, the person behind his counter remarked on how heavy the bracelet was. Now, the type of repair that had to be done, soldering it back, only takes a few minutes. So I asked him, could he just do it on the spot? And he said no, because he was busy. So I leave the bracelet with him. So to me, it was just much too long that he took to repair the bracelet. So I called and I said, is my bracelet ready? So they said no, that they would call me when the bracelet was ready. So they did. So this is about a week or a little more, and to come in and get it. I rushed in because I had an appointment. So he comes from in the back, the defendant, and he places the bracelet on my arm. He says, oh, you want to wear the bracelet? So I said, well, okay. So he says to me, he says, well, be careful with this bracelet. This is a delicate bracelet. So I said, okay. And I go out of the shop. I never looked at the bracelet, Your Honor.
It's on your wrist.
Yes. He just clasped it on my wrist.
Well, I mean, that's better than it being in a bag.
Yes.
Like if you can see it at all, the only thing you can do is paste it to your eyeballs.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I never looked at it. He put it on my wrist.
Okay.
And then he said it's a delicate bracelet. I had on a long sleeve. So I just walked out of the store, and again, I went to my engagements. So later that night, I'm at home. And I take the bracelet off, and I really examined the bracelet, and right away, I knew that it was not my bracelet.
Why? How did you know? Because it's not
Yana,
right away. So how did
the
you know?
bracelet was much lighter.
The bracelet you had on you.
Yes, was much lighter than my bracelet.
Why hadn't you noticed that all day?
You know, Your Honor, because I was just so busy going from thing to thing. I was doing a luncheon and a couple of things.
So all of a sudden it starts bothering you because it doesn't feel like it weighs enough.
Yes. So I really examined the bracelet, and I know it's not my bracelet. So what I did, I called the store, and they were closed, of course, so I left a message. And I said, this is Jeanette Russell. And I said, the bracelet that was returned to me is not my bracelet.
Now, it had your charms on it, right?
Yes, it did. So I said, please call me when you get this message. Then right away, I went to the police. So I got my original receipt because I paid $1,075 for my bracelet. The bracelet he returned, I tell you, it couldn't cost $100. So I went to the police and I told them the story. I took my original receipt.
What did the police do?
So the police said, Miss Russell, have you spoken with the defendant?
They told you to talk to him. So you talked to him
Yes.
the next day, and what happens?
He said, well, those are your charms. I said, yes, they are. He said, well, I kept it so long because I was busy. So I insisted, I said, this is not my bracelet. So he said, well, if it feels lighter, it's because I polished it and cleaned it. So I said to him, I said, sir, I don't care if you talking to you blue in the face. This is not my bracelet.
Okay.
So he hangs up the phone. We were on the cell phone.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Had you done business with her before?
I guess I'm
you don't
so
actually remember her.
hectic with repairs that
Did you guys switch the bracelet?
no, and I do all the work myself. So I would have had to cut the other 3 charms off and solder them all in the order they were in on another bracelet.
Because the charms
it wouldn't
are
even cross my mind.
Okay, the charms are soldered onto the bracelet. Do you have the bracelet?
In other words, there's a loop.
Do you have the bracelet?
Yes.
May I see it?
Each
Do you have a
charm
loop?
is on its
Do you have
own
a loop?
loop.
Do you have a loop?
No, I don't.
You didn't bring a loop for me?
No. Each charm is on its own ring hanging from the bracelet, and each ring is soldered closed.
Your Honor, the bracelet is falling apart, and I've not worn that
It's
bracelet
falling
since.
apart.
Yes,
That
it's
would
falling
be too
apart, and I've
strong
not
to fall
worn that
apart.
bracelet since he returned it to me.
Which is a charm that
The 1920.
1920
The top
is-
of it had broken off, so all I did was replace the top.
the top of what? The actual charm, or
Yeah, the little loop that holds the charm to that ring was broke. So I put a new ring on there. The original loop on that charm on the top loop.
So
that's what
why
broke
would
off.
you just said something, Judge, you would see that all the other ones were soldered on, but that's not true because there's a loop that the charm is attached to that
Yeah,
just
well,
opens
that's
and
what
closes.
soldered shut.
I know because if you live at my house, you have tweezers and a magnifying glass, and you're doing that all day long for 3 girls and yourself. So I know that. So why would I see evidence of soldering on 3 other charms? And that's the aha moment in my courtroom that you didn't
Right.
change it. Right?
I thought
I mean,
the
she
other-
sounds crazy, right? She sounds like a crazy person.
Well, no,
she has a bracelet on. She has a bracelet on all day. Everything's fine. And then at night, oh, my wrist feels lighter than it should. It sounds nuts, except for one thing. You went back to the people you bought the bracelet from, right?
Your Honor.
Just to answer my question.
Yes, I did.
And what did they tell you?
Your Honor, they are in California.
What'd they tell you?
They said it is not the bracelet.
Did you get that in writing?
Yes,
from
I
them?
do, Your
Hand
Honor.
it over.
Okay.
They actually say that. Why aren't you looking at me?
Oh, I'm looking at the copy of the receipt.
I would think
that
you'd want to
doesn't
look at me
explain
when I get
anything.
to this
And
part.
Your Honor,
Turn the off button on. They actually say, look, we don't. You actually sent the bracelet to them,
I sent the bracelet, and they
and they
sent
say
back.
we don't sell this kind of bracelet.
Right, that's what she said, but I
Right.
don't know how. I have
Right.
no idea.
She sounds
how.
like a crazy person until that happened. That makes
Yeah.
me a little nervous.
Your Honor, they sent.
Lady, do you really think I need your help? You don't know when to stop, do you? How do you think it's going for you right now?
Thank you. Your Honor.
Stop talking. I mean, what do I do with that? These are
I'd
people
have
in
to see how the
California have no
charms-
grudge to it. It's not like her Uncle Vinny. I mean, what you
Right.
know?
Well, by the receipt, when she sent me a copy of the receipt, it has no explanation of the style of the bracelet.
Well, according to her, I am responding to a request from my customer, Jeanette Russell. After examining the bracelet, I agree with Ms. Russell. This is not the bracelet that Elite Collection sold her. We have never carried this particular bracelet. We carry 2 styles. Enclosed is a picture of the bracelet that she originally purchased. The style number is circled on the attached picture style. There are several differences. The wires in the bracelet we sold her are wider and heavier. The width of the entire bracelet was wider. The weight was heavier. Our bracelet was beveled on both sides. This bracelet is beveled on one side. I checked further with my supplier, who is also the manufacturer. They examined the bracelet and agreed with myself and Ms. Russell this is not the bracelet they manufactured. My company has only carried charm bracelets from this particular manufacturer.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, honestly, I really don't know.
This happens though, right?
No, it's never happened. In 33 years, it's never
I'm not
happened.
talking about you right now. I'm just asking you. Some unscrupulous jewelers actually do pull switcheroos.
I'm
right?
sure they do, but I've always prided myself in being
Scrupulous?
very.
Current replacement cost is $900. Has any customer ever accused you of this before?
No, nothing. Nothing even close to that. Nothing at all.
Very disturbed by that.
And I've been there a long time. The reason it took long to get it done was because it was a week and a half after Christmas. We don't do any repair work the last couple weeks before and after Christmas because we only do work that of items we're selling. And anything we sell, if someone comes in with it, I
Why
adjust that.
did you tell me
while
that
they
I would
wait.
see soldering on the other 3 charms if you had, if in
They
fact...
the loops should be soldered closed. They were. The loops holding them charms onto the bracelet should be closed. Like I said, the only time I saw the bracelet was when I worked in it.
And
probably
so
put it on
what?
her
Why
wrist.
couldn't you just have soldered all the other 3 if you wanted to pull a switcheroo with the? It just seems like a lot of
Well,
effort
it's
to go
just
through. It
something
really
I
does
wouldn't-
seem like a lot of effort to go
It's
through.
something I wouldn't do. I wouldn't even, it wouldn't never even cross my mind to do something like that.
This is just curiouser and curiouser.
Are them loops soldered closed or are they just hooked
The
on?
little hoops that put them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're soldered.
Oh, okay. Because they would have had to all be cut open and then soldered onto another
Yeah, but that's not
bracelet.
that. But that's not that big a deal.
No, but it's just something that.
Yeah, it's a lot of. It's effort.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of doing a ton of jobs at a time. I just wouldn't I wouldn't have the time to do that.
Yeah, I hear you. I guess my concern is, what am I supposed to do with this? What am I supposed to do with that?
Well, I don't know if she saw it in part. How close is that picture similar to the bracelet? I didn't see the picture, and
It's not that similar. You want
I
to see
haven't
it?
seen
Feel
the
free to see
bracelet.
it.
Sure.
Did you see the letter?
Yeah, I saw the letter,
Okay.
but I didn't have anything to compare it with.
This one there.
15. See, you have to weigh this without the charms in order to tell what the weight of the bracelet is. But this bracelet today would sell for well over $900. It's 14 karat. She didn't say it's not 14 karat, did she?
No, but that's not the point. She wants the one that she brought
well,
you,
the
and
one-
she's
this
saying
is it.
She says no,
What
it's
she-
not, and she sounds like a crazy person until the letter comes from California saying no, it's not. I never sold that bracelet. Then she no longer sounds crazy.
And welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. The question, she knows she's got a letter from a manufacturer. Is that good enough proof?
I don't think so.
Why not? What does she need to do? She have to catch him red-handed?
Possibly.
It's a small claims case.
Yeah, I think it's good enough proof because if they don't make the bracelet, there's no way she'd be able to prove otherwise without that.
Final word.
Does she have a receipt or a serial number?
Oh,
on it?
she's come on. I mean, be reasonable here.
But I mean, it's proof.
You must be impossible to deal with.
I am.
I bet you are. Going inside the courtroom.
The reason I thought she may think something was different wasn't because of the weight. It was because I had to clean it and polish it. That bracelet's probably shinier now than it was when it was new.
That's fine, but she had a suspicion, and then it turned out her suspicion was right.
Well, it's really, did the woman see the bracelet and weigh it?
Yeah,
with
she
the charms?
She sent it to California.
Did she tell you what it weighs in grams?
No, it's
I mean, the whole
I didn't
thing.
sell. This is you heard me read the letter. I
Right.
don't sell that bracelet. The bracelet I sell is beveled on both sides.
I have no idea. I would have had to take the other 3
I
bracelets
have no
off.
idea either. And
Which
fortunately,
is
you are not
something-
being prosecuted for a criminal offense where I have to find the proof to be beyond and to exclusion of every reasonable doubt. You are being
But
sued
my
in a civil
reputation is
courtroom.
being-
Yes,
And
indeed. And you are being sued in a courtroom where the standard of proof is more likely than not. And I don't know how you can expect me to just take did not over the evidence that this lady has amassed. So now what do we do,
that's
though?
a
Now we
standard
have 4
charm
charms
bracelet
that are
that-
soldered onto a bracelet you don't want. You want the value of buying the bracelet you do want, but these charms have to come off of the bracelet because the bracelet then goes back that way if
Yes.
he's paying the $900.
Yes.
This is complicated.
Yes.
Yes.
But honestly,
Now the other alternative.
the bracelet you brought in.
Stop talking,
Okay.
please. Okay. Yeah. I don't see another alternative. I don't know how we're going to do this. Do we have a jeweler on staff? That'd be great if we had a jeweler on staff.
Your Honor, he can have that bracelet back. I don't
Yeah, I know.
want it.
I got to mechanically
Right,
figure
right.
out how these charms are
I
going
know.
from one place to the other. You know what? We'll sort that out. We'll figure out how to sort that out. For the moment, just hold on to this bracelet till I figure out how I want to do this. My verdict in this case is for the plaintiff in the amount of the $900.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, so let's find out what the defendant has to say about this. First of all, the judge is ruling that the charms are going back to the plaintiff. You're going to get that bracelet back.
Right. Well, the bracelet that they're giving back to me would sell for around $1,075, so it makes no sense at all. I wouldn't have, like I said, in 33 years of business, I've handled thousands and thousands of repairs.
All right, Follow Officer McIntosh around the corner there. All right, so come on in here now and tell me what you think of the outcome here. You're going to get these charms back, and you'll have to do what with them?
Sir, I am so pleased with the judge's outcome because he is holding himself out as a reputable jeweler and he's stealing. People have to be very careful when you give your things to a jeweler. You just never know.
See what Harvey has in the street.
Okay, Kurt, this shows how important it is to get expert testimony in cases like this. The letter literally won the case for her. She never would have won without it. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.